Hello, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the pitch side panel, and this is episode 2. I'm back with Kingsley today, and we're going to touch on some topics in the world of football today. Kingsley, what's up now? What's going on?
I'm good. I'm good. It's good to be back. Hi guys. Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, it's good to be back talking football and everything interesting that comes alongside it. So yeah, let's get it cracking.
I can already feel your joy, and
It
it's
knows no bound.
I don't even know the word to use, but it's not comfortable for me, but I'm happy for you anyway. Before we go into that, I want us to start with Chelsea. Chelsea just appointed Liam Rosenior on a 6-year contract. 6 years. So which means they believe in him. For me, as a Chelsea fan, I don't even know what to think anymore. Like at this point, we are just accepting anything and hoping for the best because like what thing I won't do. You understand? Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous what's happening at the club. But in saying that, I think Maresca lost it at Chelsea. Yes, I know he didn't have players he really wanted, like experienced players, but even with what he had, I don't think he maximized their potential. You understand? So I don't know what you think, Sha. What do you think about this appointment?
So I'll take it one step at a time. I'll go with what I think about Liam first. I feel like he gives me this school teacher vibe by appearance and by composure.
Yeah, yeah,
But
cool kid,
yeah, like a cool kid, like those guys that sit in front of the class and is very attentive with his pen and
nerd.
notes and yeah, exactly. But in all fairness, I don't know too much of his coaching credibility except when I saw the rumors with Chelsea's interest and then I went to dig it up. And I'm sure a lot of people are in that same, boat, where we're like, okay, so let's go dig up Liam and let's see. And then quite impressively, he seemed to have the trust of his players. But I'm also worried because he doesn't have a record of consistent winning streak in his very short senior managerial career. So for a club like Chelsea that what you need right now is instant results. Obviously, you can see that they don't share the same sentiments or ideology with their red and white neighbors. There's nothing like consistency or patience or some sort of a long-term project. And that brings me to the irrelevance of the 6 years contract. Because as you can see, Chelsea
It
can
means it
be
means nothing. It means
it
nothing.
means absolutely nothing, especially to how the football club has been run in a couple of years. And there's only one thing that has been consistent, whether or not it's Abrahimovic or is Todd Bowley, is that managers lose their job quickly. That's the most consistent thing besides the color of Chelsea being blue about that club. Everything else is, one good season, another one that supports it is really bad, and it just continues in that roller coaster. So, if I really am, I think 6 years is just giving me some assurances that if at all you get tired of me, you would have to pay me something worth the while
Yeah,
to
yeah.
leave what was
You get
relatively
paid.
a
You get paid
comfortable
very well.
position, right? But again, it was a direct switch. It's just like, hey, you know what? We're promoting you. That's how I look at it. Hey, we're promoting you. We're giving you some more responsibilities, hence some more compensation, because it's a known fact that he was brought over from, I don't even know if it's Chelsea's sister club, you call it these days, or it's
Oh,
Chelsea's
yeah, from another
child,
branch to the
child club.
head, from another branch to the head office.
Exactly. So it feels like an internal promotion that just happened there. And it's the most logical thing to do, especially from a management that do not have external trust from people that are not already in their sort of cohort already. So I wouldn't be too caught up with the fact that it's a 6 years contract. It wouldn't mean too much if he's not gonna come in and deliver instantly. Now, in terms of Maresca and the way he conducted himself in the last couple of weeks, I feel like he wanted a sack. That is my opinion. I felt like, you know what, he doesn't feel like he's getting the support from the management as a result
But
of
they're
that. He's
saying,
like,
sorry, but they are saying he wasn't sacked though. He walked out of the job.
that's
He
that's
resigned.
that
He
that's just
resigned.
that's just language. Because again, it's just language. Because if you're resigning from that job, right? you will come out and you have press conferences, you will come out and you would try to clear your name. This just feels like a guy who is like, you know what?
Oh,
I
he
just,
knew the sack was coming, and then he was
yeah,
like,
it's
"I'm
just like
out."
exactly. And again, he's
Yeah.
coming and he's coming to the press conferences and he's being very vocal against things that he doesn't like. Just very similar to his friend on the red and white or red and black side of Manchester. It's just pretty much the same kind of same scenario where you're like, now I do what I need to do to get you to make a decision, and then I'll obviously the consequences of that decision seem to be more appealing. Like I think we had this discussion very casually when I said Amorim is going to demand his own sack and he was going to wait past November so that his compensation is going to be a bit more
10 million.
juicy. Exactly. So yeah, so for me, I feel like Maresca called for that. But there's something I want to debunk when you said that he didn't bring the best of the players he has. I disagree with you because those players are not just that Chelsea quality. A lot of them are not Chelsea quality. I remember talking to Frank on the other podcast when I said how many players on Chelsea roster today that would be a starting 11 in Barca or PSG or Real Madrid, and he was like, "Oh, how many wouldn't be?" And I'm like, James, Caicedo, depending on the setup of the team and what they're looking to achieve. Because as you can see in the last couple of weeks, he's the fact that he's still a raw talent has become more glaring than anything else. Like, it's good to be physical, it's good to be present with those challenges, but you also need to know the rules of the game has evolved. You need to know that you're playing football and not rugby. You need to know that there's some control required to the contact. So Caicedo, it's a 50-50 depending on what you want from your CDM. I don't think Enzo is a £100 million player, but I think he's going to work into a lot of other teams and get a chance, right? Maybe not a kneel down starter. Kopama, when he's fully fit and firing, like I'm just going to give him the benefit of doubt. When he's fully fit and firing, he can be a starter. But besides that,
You
I,
are,
I, I I don't
I see
think
what you're saying, though.
I
I
don't
see what
think
you're saying, and
those
and it's
players are
easy.
Chelsea quality
It's easy
players.
to say that now when the team is really playing badly, and it's really easy to see it like that, and it makes sense what you are saying because right now, if I look at that team and I say, give me players who could start at any other top club, I'll just say maybe James, Caicedo, and Palmer, and that's it. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So, but it's ended really bad for Maresca, and I really like the guy anyway, and I really wasn't happy about how everything ended because I really wanted more from him. I wanted more from him, but it's football. Liam Rosenior is in now, and he's talking a good talk. I've been listening to his interviews. He has this confidence about him,
Hmm.
but I just hope he translates that into something tangible for us. But we'll just have to wait and see. Let's look at the top of the table now. Arsenal and Liverpool play tomorrow. Is it at Anfield or
Is
at
that I think it's
Emirates?
at the Emirates.
It's
I
at the
think it's at the
Emirates.
Emirates because
So
the one new result that Soboslai scored was in
yeah,
Anfield.
yeah, yeah. That's true.
So
That was it.
yeah, yeah,
So I think with City dropping points tonight, if Arsenal win that game, I think it's game over. But you don't think so?
yeah. So if um correct my mathematics, I think right now before the game being played is going to
It's
be
five
what,
5 points.
5 points.
Yeah,
So if they pick out 3 points, it's going to be 8 points,
8. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Um, 8 points with still half of the league to go ish. I wouldn't say it's game over because again, it's City and it's Arsenal, and they're the two sides of a different spectrum. Like if City gets their form up and running, and as you can see, they're actively looking to do smart business in the market, which we can get to as we discussed. The gap in City right now and what needs to happen is not too far off to get that team back on track. And on the other side for Arsenal, 8 point lead is sizable, let's be honest about it. It is sizable, it's a tall
It
order for
is.
City.
That's like
Yeah.
they need to
That's
lose
like
like three
like
three
three
games.
games,
Yeah,
three games without City dropping points.
yeah.
And but this Arsenal team is capable of a mental meltdown if they get there. So, but with Arsenal, I will just make sure to keep the good steam rolling for the next 8 games, and then with 10 games to go now, you can start playing in your head that, oh, okay, I have 3 games cushion. But if you still have about 15 games, 16 games to go, it's still a tall order for me because nobody wins the league in January. That is true, but not a lot of time do you see an 8 point to 12 points lead in January get evaporated just like that.
Yeah, it's tough. Personally, I don't think that's going to happen. And I hear you when you say it's very possible, but this is not that City team. Even with Semenyo coming in, and I really don't see them winning every game. You know how City used to go on a run where they win like 11, 12 games. I don't see this City team doing it. And I think I think Arsenal will also drop points, but City will drop points as well to balance it out. To me, I think it's over.
Yeah, because
I think
if you think about it, right now we're assuming there's a 3 point in the bag for Arsenal somewhere, but
yeah.
you can see like we could be here talking tomorrow and it looks like Liverpool have that
Yeah,
three
if
points.
if Liverpool win tomorrow, then it's a different ball game.
Yeah,
If they lose that, if Arsenal lose to Liverpool tomorrow, then it's still wide open, wide
yeah.
open.
So yeah,
5 points
because
is
because why I'm saying that is there are games that Arsenal still need to navigate. They're big games. Like there are games against Man City that Arsenal needs to navigate. There are games against like there are teams that usually give them nightmares. I know Aston Villa is out of the way, which is a big plus. But where I worry a lot about Arsenal is when you start getting to the business end of Champions League football. It's clear that Arteta does not have total trust in every member of his squad. You see, which is something that you can't really say about Man City, depending on who Man City is playing. Like, take for example today's game, which I think is very unforgiving if I were a Man City fan of Pep Guardiola to not start Cherky. Cherky coming into that game with 15, 20 minutes to go, he turned the momentum of that game around. And imagine if he had
yeah,
been there from the start. And also, like, Foden really has to wake up. He had a good couple of months couple of games in the season, and that's about it. Semenyo is coming. There is Doku. Like there are people he can trust, and he can use them to navigate certain teams depending on how things shape up for him. But with us now, right, especially on the attack. Not just even the attack and the centre back. Look at how shaky they became when Gabriel and Saliba was out. You can just tell that something has
yeah,
changed. Yeah, and
yeah,
then also in attack, like um personally, I don't understand what's up with AZ, right? He's not. He's been.
yeah.
He's been.
He's not been playing for some
He's not.
time
He's
now.
not been. He's not been playing. He's been sitting on the bench. I don't know why Trossard is not starting every game for them at this point because those are the kind of changes you would expect to see from a squad like that. So, but in all, like when I look at it, I'm like there are possibilities, especially if Arsenal do not win tomorrow. There are possibilities for things to turn around very quickly. I wouldn't say it's done, but I would say now it puts them in a very quick and solid driving position for that.
Well, I hope you're right. I I truly hope you're right, and because those guys winning, like, oh boy, we won't
No,
hear the end.
to be very candid, I would be happy for them if they win it because again, it's
You,
just and the reason why I will be happy for them when they win it is just so that other clubs such as Chelsea, Tottenham, and co they can learn that sometimes with football you need patience to get the results. Like right now, and not just that. Like
yeah, that'll be the lesson. Yeah,
yeah,
that'll be the
and
lesson for him because they gave Ateta time,
yeah, so
time.
it's 6 years. Like,
Yeah,
trust me, if I'm attempting to aim at something, I don't think I'll need 6 times to get it.
yeah,
And I'm not even that special. So,
yeah, yeah.
but it just shows like in a situation where every other person is changing, moving pieces. Klopp left. United, we can't even count how many managers has gone by. Same thing goes to
Chelsea,
Tottenham. Something goes
Spurs.
to Chelsea. So the only
Yeah.
people that have consistency have been Arsenal and Man City, and it explains why they are first and second on the table. That's just it.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. And speaking about Semenyo, did you see his winner for Bournemouth today? What's a way to sign off from your old club?
You know what I think about that? Many times when players switch sides, you anticipate that whenever they go to the next away game, in their previous home stadium, you're gonna get boo. What I want to see is proper flowers for Sameyu when he comes back to the
Definitely,
Vitality Stadium at any capacity
definitely.
because he was a true and true professional for them. He played with his heart to the very last minute, like literally.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
if there's any Bournemouth supporter that is not going to give Semenyo the full respect that he deserves, then it's really bad. It's really bad for that supporter because, again, even in terms of how he conducted the business, like he had to make sure that his club still ended up being profitable, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
uh,
yeah. He
uh,
signed the
and
contract, making sure they get something really sizable. Yeah,
Exactly, and it's fair to say that he has somewhat contributed to making sure that the club is going to have a chance in Premier League next season, even without it. Like there need to be a massive turnaround for Bournemouth to not stay in the competition
true.
for one more season. So I mean, what else? What else is there for them to ask for? Because you take out all Semenyo's goals and contribution from Bournemouth up until this point, then they'll definitely not be in the position where they confidently feel
De-
like they'll make it back to the champion
definitely.
to the Premier League game.
Definitely, especially when you think about the changes they made this season. Like everyone was expecting them to be fighting relegation after selling everyone last season. So he took everything on himself and he did like he's just been the one carrying the club since. So really, like you said, they should give him his flowers whenever he comes back to the Vitality. That's like he's a wonderful, wonderful player. I really don't know why Chelsea didn't go for him or and he's a Chelsea fan. So, but
Should I tell you why?
well, I think I don't think I want to hear. I don't think I let's move on. Let's move on. I just saw Barca spank Athletic 5-0 in the semi-final of the SuperCopa. Like you guys are on a roll. Since you played Chelsea, you've won every single game. Like I I don't even know the. I don't even have the words to say. You're four points ahead of Madrid in the league. You're in the Champions League. I don't think you guys have any issues there. Now you're in
No,
the final.
we have a lot of issues there. Honestly,
No, I don't think so.
we're
I
15th on
think
the table.
I know, I know. When I say I've seen your fixtures, and
Yeah.
I don't think it should be a problem for you guys to get back into where you're supposed to be. So that's why I say I don't think there's any problem there. And then now you're in the finals of the Super Copa. First of all, how does it feel for you? And who do you want to meet in the final tomorrow?
To be honest, I want to meet Real Madrid.
As
Okay.
expected.
And the reason why I want to meet Real Madrid is because I said it the last time when we narrowly lost against them at the Bernabeu was we didn't play with our full strength. We didn't have our full squad. And I don't want that to sound as excuses because that's what it sounds like when you don't win, right? But um, but the reality is that I would like them to have that feeling of not playing with a critical player in a very big game because Mbappe is out injured, which is something that we'll talk about. And then I
Yeah.
would like to see how they chin up to say, oh, you know what, yeah, it doesn't sound like an excuse to, right?
Yeah. But who cares?
Just,
No,
but
nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares.
no, but at the end of the day, I kept saying it, if I were to lose any El Clasico to Real Madrid, it would be that one. Because if we won that El Clasico, it's not gonna give too much of a boost to us. It's gonna be like, yeah, five in a row, and that's about it. But now the hunger is different. Like if we won that, we probably might be going into this El Clasico, which is substantial, a
Yeah.
bit complacent, right? But
Yeah.
now it feels like, yeah,
Now you're
we
looking for
have we
revenge.
have yeah, we're back to prove a point. We're back to say, oh, it was a blip. We're back to say, and also thankfully we were able to spin around whatever the consequences of losing that El Clasico is. We were able to spin it around quite quickly, and we were also quick to make them remember that winning an El Clasico in October doesn't give you the league, right? So um on that front, I would like to play Real Madrid in the final, but I don't think we're going to play them in the final. I think we're going to play Atletico Madrid.
You think so? But I think Madrid will beat Atletico really because Alvarez has been poor this season. I don't know what's going on. Like
Yeah, he has been having a bad couple of I think 6, 7 games now. He has not done a
yeah.
lot. But I would
So who's going? So
if
who's
I
going
were
to do it?
if I were Real Madrid, I would not be worried about Alvarez. And also, Alvarez is the big game player. The bigger the moment, the you see he could turn up. But I would be worried for the likes of Solot. That guy is always going to give you goals when you give him opportunities. Griezmann, if he makes those cameo appearances when there is still some life in the game, like for example, if he's coming in 10, 15 minutes to go and the tie is still within touching distance, he has the pedigree to kill off games like that. Those are the guys I'll be worried about. And I don't know if their number 10, Alex Berner, is back. If Alex Berner is back, then Madrid is going to be in a lot of trouble, Real Madrid, because the guy is technically gifted. He can pick those pocket of spaces. He can capitalize on the confusion between Chouameni and the back two, the two central backs or whoever that rotating pair is. So, and also Atletico has shown this season that they're capable of beating Real Madrid 5-2. I it didn't look like fluke. So for those reasons, I would say Atletico Madrid will get the better of Real Madrid. However, Real Madrid seems to be coming in at a good moment, but that is the biggest
That
problem I
was what I was
have
going.
because
That was what I was going to say. Even without Mbappe, I think they still have a very good
no,
chance.
no, no, because again, without Mbappe, Mbappe is a quality striker. He was a quality. When I mean striker, I don't mean like a number nine. I mean, he's a how do I put
A
it? His
forward,
movement is a forward. The movement, the accuracy in his shot, like the less margin for error. Regardless of whatever it is Atletico Madrid is going through, they know how to defend when they have to. They always have those good central backs. Gonzalez has a good understanding of the striker role. Let me be very frank. I give him his flowers. All the 3 goals he scored against Real Betis are the basic things they teach you and teach you as the number 9 from academy days. They tell you, you know, make a deceptive movement, chucking like you're going on left and then end up being on the right. Wait for those spillovers. Surprises, like especially the second goal, which I think is a very great goal. That's not the first time I've seen him score something like that or even
yeah,
attempt something like that. So now, Atletico Madrid would be more concerned about his game if he's going to start, and obviously
he's definitely starting.
because they've let go of Hendrik Real Madrid, so
Yeah,
there's no wild card there. So they know to expect Gonzalo to start, and I think it's going to be very difficult for them.
yeah, I think so too. I think, and this is what happens where sometimes when an injury comes in, it gives some players the chance to shine and show themselves. And I think that's what's happened with this Mbappe injury and with Garcia. He's really starting to show what he can do, and I saw that hat trick against Betis as well. It was wonderful, and I think he'll be a threat in this game as well. I really think Madrid wins this game. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. But I think it will be a Barca Madrid final, and unfortunately, I think not unfortunately. I think you guys are going to win that one as well because I don't see Alonso finishing this season at Madrid. So
No, and to be honest, if I could place a call to Hansi Flick or something, honestly, I would say if we do play Madrid in the final, I would say don't go all out. Just win the
2-1.
trophy, and leave them with something to hope for. Because if you go on and execute a
Yeah,
demolition job there, that you're going to ring the alarm bells. They're going to sack him too soon. And right now, it's not a change that I really welcome. Like, I mean, that change can come if we're 8 points at the top of the table in La Liga, and then we bag this one, and then we see where the Copa del Rey takes us. Like by the way, the Copa del Rey draws are out. Barcelona plays Real Santander in the round of 16, I believe, and Real Madrid plays another set of guys from I think it's Barbuda or something. So it's those guys would fair and square get into the quarterfinal. So I mean, it's at that point I want to see um Alonso get the sack if he's gonna get the sack. But right now it's too soon. Let's just keep them waiting.
well, I think one. one way or the other is going to happen. So, but talking about La Liga, so do you think there's any chance at all of Madrid catching you guys?
I said something. The league is not won in January, and um, and and there are games that you see that makes you know that there's a title written all over this Barca squad. Like for example, the game against Espanyol. By the way, I kept saying it, and I'm saying it again on the channel for people who haven't heard it before. Um, Barcelona has the best keeper in the world right now.
Okay.
And it's a bold statement, but like De La
It's hard.
Font,
It's hard to argue with you because you've won 9 games in a row and he's doing well. So
yeah, and also
look,
all the
look,
noise around noise around High Line and all of that, we don't hear that as much. It's five clean sheets now, right? Five clean sheets in the last 9 games or something like that. So he's back, and I kept saying it against um like whoever needed to hear. I'm like, Joan Garcia is as important to us as Yamal, as
so
Rafinha.
so you
Uh,
think so you think so you think he starts at the World Cup then?
I think De La Fonte is going to be stupid to not start him, and that is what I think would happen. And I can understand his stupidity because a lot of coaches would say, "Oh, I want to stick to the guys that have been." I mean, funny enough, how football works. Unai Simeon, who is his choice, was the one receiving five today, and they were both
Five,
on the
yeah, yeah.
pitch. So, but again, I understand
And it
how
was very
some.
poor for that third goal. Like I was like, how did you let that get in? Like seriously.
Yeah, no. So, I mean, it's okay to make those mistakes here and there. I don't expect the perfect goalkeeping performance from every keeper all the time, but you need to watch John Garcia and tell me what he cannot do, and tell me why he shouldn't be starting. Like he's good with the ball on his feet. He's he's an elastical. He stretches like he covers the full length of the post, and he can still have his arm on the other side casually. So his movement, his IQ, like for example, the game against Espanya, there was one deflection. There was one tackle he had to push Gerard Martin towards the ball. I mean, I don't want it to be a session to just wax lyrical about Joan Garcia, but
No, go
if
on.
but if Spain do not take him to the World Cup and start him to the World Cup, they had better bring the World Cup because it's just going to be De La Fuente understanding how cynical fan can be. Everybody's calling for it right now. Even Real Madrid fans, low key, are wishing if Spain is going to the World Cup, you better go with this guy. There are no excuses. There are no
Anyway,
excuses.
like I said, it's hard to argue with you now because you guys are just on fire. So and there's nothing we can say. So, but
No,
anyways,
but the truth is we have not picked. We have not picked this
really,
season. No, we haven't. We haven't. I still like because I've watched better version of Flick's Barca say towards March last season. Those guys were absolutely unplayable. We haven't gotten there now. We haven't gotten there to that point where you know what? I don't check this team sheet who is starting. Anybody that is starting just I know you're
it's
going to
fun.
go in there and it's fine. Like I don't go in. I'm like, oh, we are not winning today because of selection issues. It's just more like, oh, who are we giving rest to? Because that was a bit of what we were last season. Like up until when we start approaching the semifinals, when there are people, and if you look at it, we might have not splashed the cash, but we've gone say 60-70% to replace areas that we lacked depth. For
And
example,
before I forget, you guys have added what's his name now,
Jean
Cancelo.
Cancelo, you know,
Man, that's crazy, man.
I like that
That's just
signing. I like that
that's
signing.
just that's just crazy.
I like
That's
that.
that's a
I like
very
that
very good
signing.
player. His attitude is not that great, but who cares? He's a wonderful
Have you
player.
noticed all the people with analytical attitude when they're being coached by Flick, it just doesn't show up.
Yeah, yeah. He's a wonderful, wonderful player. But anyways, I think that's where we'll draw the curtain today. It's I've had enough of your happiness. So
So I
think
actually wish it could be contagious if I could give you a little, but unfortunately, your club needs to
so
go
so
get theirs on the pitch as
we'll,
well. So
we'll have to end it there today on this episode. And next time, when we come back, I think Chelsea play in the FA Cup, and you guys are back in the league. When is the Copa del Rey starting again?
I think the Copa del Rey starts the week after, if my memory is correct. So I think right now on Sunday we play the Super Cup final because we're already through.
Yeah, and then
Um,
after that,
I think after that it's probably um, I think after that is we're back on the league, and then the next week is Super Cup midweek.
yeah,
And then oh
uh,
no, sorry, the next week is Copa del Rey
Copa del
midweek,
Rey.
and then the
Yeah,
Champions League, and then like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
So we'll be back after the Super Cup final then, and then we'll we'll have to go through that and see what happens. So
ab-
hopefully,
absolutely.
hopefully, I hope Barcelona wins because I don't like Real Madrid at all. So
Yeah, no.
anyway,
On Sunday
I,
when we catch up, you'll be talking to the Super Cup
yeah,
champions
yeah.
of Spain.
So hopefully we'll come back and then we analyze that game. But for now, we'll have to end it here. And guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channels. Links will be put in the description below. And also, please let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know if you think we're right about what we're saying or if we're wrong. Whatever you disagree, whatever you agree with, let us know. Let's have this conversation going on. And Kingsley, last words for today.
Well, to all our fans, like you guys keep us going for real, for real. Like we appreciate the support, we appreciate the kind words, we appreciate the suggestions on how to get the show better for you guys. And we're putting all those things into consideration. But please continue to like, share, support us in every way that you can, and we'll keep getting better with you guys as well. But again, Happy New Year, guys. I don't think we
Yeah, yeah,
kicked
we
off
didn't even say
saying that, but yeah, it's
that. You didn't
so
even say
yeah. So
that.
happy
Yeah.
new year, and we're doing a
Happy
lot
New Year
of
again. Yeah.
coverage in 2026. And hopefully we get them as smiling once in a while, especially when they don't play Barcelona. But yeah, other than that, take care, guys, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Yeah.